If you want to know what it takes to survive in the video game industry, just ask the founder of InXile Entertainment, Brian Fargo. He was already a proven hitmaker when he created InXile in 2003, but it would take another decade for his dream of crafting epic CRPGs to become a reality. This is the story of how InXile started as a scrappy underdog, survived while publishers chased other trends, and became one of the most respected RPG makers of the modern era. Fargo created InXile after leaving Interplay Entertainment, the influential studio he co-founded in 1983. During his tenure, Interplay developed and published iconic CRPGs like The Bard's Tale, Fallout, and Wasteland. But by 2000, Fargo was spending more time running the business than making games, so he went out on his own. While he was between studios, Fargo handed out business cards that read, "Leader in Exile." The gag was a hit at E3, and the memorable moniker stuck. The Bard's Tale, 2004. InXile's first release was a send-up of fantasy RPGs, a genre that the original Bard's Tale series helped define. And because InXile only had the rights to the name, they decided to make a satire that, quote, sort of poked fun at the RPG, end quote.
Oh, come on. We both know you're going to spring to life when I least expect it. May as well get it over with and do it now.
Ah, you ruin Rafin's surprise.
Featuring an unscrumptious bard, the Princess Bride's Carrie Elwes locked in fourth wall-breaking arguments with the narrator, the late, great Tony J. The game charmed fans and critics alike. Following The Bard's Tale, InXile published and created games popularized on mobile. The Live Rider 2 Unbound 2008 is a sequel to the viral hit. Fantastic Contraption 2008 is now in VR. Super Stacker 2009 had several popular sequels. InXile's next outing, Hunted: The Demon's Forge in 2011, was an original IP inspired by Brian Fargo's first real foray into game making with 1983's The Demon Forge. The game received mixed reviews, which Fargo has chalked up to conceptual drifts stemming from creative differences with the publisher, quote, about what the product should be, end quote. The game faltered and InXile's team of 60 plus shrank to roughly about 15 people. InXile's fortunes changed in 2012 when Double Fine Productions raised more than $1 million through crowdfunding. Fargo knew there was an audience for the kind of games he was passionate about, and this was his chance to prove it. If this story sounds familiar, Obsidian Entertainment was also inspired by Double Fine to reinvent themselves through crowdfunding. It was a true sea of change for the gaming industry, allowing independent studios like InXile to go straight to the fans for support. InXile recruited most of the original Wasteland team and asked for $900,000 to make Wasteland 2. Fargo was ready to put up another $100,000 if necessary, but it wasn't. Fans donated more than $2.9 million to the project. And so, in 2014, 24 years after the original Wasteland launch on PC, the first post-apocalyptic RPG got its first sequel, and the game he wanted to make was a hit. Reviews were solid, with Game Informer calling it a triumphant heir to the original. Fargo later reported sales of $12 million, not counting the millions raised through crowdfunding. InXile built on their crowdfunded momentum with its next project, Torment: The Tides of Numenera, in 2017. It wasn't a direct sequel to Interplay's Planescape Torment, but it was a spiritual successor, adapted from the rules of Numenera tabletop RPG. InXile proved it could make great funded games, but its next game received full backing from Oculus, the popular maker of virtual reality tech. The Mage Tale in 2017 was a spellcasting VR experience set in the Bard's Tale universe. InXile released its third crowdfunded effort in 2018, The Bard's Tale 4. Unlike their 2004 parody, this was a proper sequel to the original series from the 1980s. Blending modern and retro sensibilities proved tricky, with gamers split on which direction they preferred. So in 2019, InXile released a director's cut that gave the players greater ability to customize their experience with more retro options. By 2016, InXile was well versed in the crowdfunding model. Their fourth campaign raised more than $3.1 million on Fig, a hybrid crowdfunding investment platform that Brian Fargo and other indie leaders helped guide. The game? Wasteland 3. For Fargo, Wasteland 3 was more than an ambitious sequel. It was supposed to be his swan song. In 2017, he would announce that he would retire following the game's release. Meanwhile, Xbox Game Studios was shopping for studios that would, according to head of Xbox Phil Spencer, create depth across platforms and genres. While most publishers didn't share InXile's passion for CRPGs, it was exactly what Xbox was looking for. At XO18, with Wasteland 3 still in production, Microsoft announced that InXile had joined Xbox Game Studios, and Fargo had finally found the elusive combination of creative freedom and publisher support.
Well, I am very pleased to announce that we will be acquiring InXile Entertainment in Newport Beach, California.
Wow. So tell us a little bit about InXile. Congratulations.
Wasteland 3 launched to high praise from fans and critics. InXile has only just begun to tease what's coming next. In September 2020, Fargo confirmed, quote, "We are working on wonderful new RPGs. It's too bad they take so long to bake," end quote. Details are sparse, but Fargo has revealed InXile's next game will be a AAA RPG built in Unreal Engine 5, and that a second RPG is in its, quote, infancy, end quote. Thanks for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like and leave a comment below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we got more videos coming out each week on Expert Zone Canada.